I will be dedicated to causes greater than myself. Previous oracles were peacemakers, decision makers. I want to look further than that. I want to look at the whole, not the pieces. Guide the aspirations toward the end. As the Oracle, I want to be empathetic. As the Oracle, I want to feel what others feel, and consider how others will react. Every decision must be for the benefit of the many, not the few.
There were other oracles who took this road. The very first, in fact. They built the sanctuaries, private places, where each aspiration could be separate from the others. Places where we could feel safe, unthreatened. The war did not end immediately, but its intensity lessened as we were given the space for rational thought. It was an idea we could never have conceived of.
But then, how did they end the war?
There was only one possibility. They also had to bring peace to Brittle.
Did I say something funny?
You looked like you were reading from a script, talking about the first oracle.
I didn't realize. But I don't think any of it was particularly funny. Hey, what's so funny?
Nothing. Sorry. We just...
Honestly, all the history is interesting, but it's not primetime stuff, you know? We want to hear about actions. Real stuff we can work on, stuff that can make a difference. Like, how did this first oracle settle the conflicts in Brittle?
Going by the folks here, the prescients, the oracle must have been pretty powerful. Definitely powerful enough to stop a war.
The first oracle split their time between the realms. They learned from the aspirations, but also their fellow humans. This was their skill. Duality of perspective. But to end the war in Brittle, they had to rely on Reverie. They listened to the aspirations, individually and together. And in the end, they gave the Oracle a gift. A way to bring peace to Brittle. The aspirations revealed a secret to them. That each new cycle of humanity birthed a new aspiration. And that perhaps this was the Oracle's path. To become even more than what they had made them. To become a new aspiration.
This was back when Athena was facing its darkest days. There was an ecological disaster. The specifics are lost to time, but we know the population was devastated by vicious storms, which brought floods and mudslides. Then, as they are wont to do, a dictator arose. The people were despondent. The ruling class's own inadequacy provided. As they lurched from one calamity to the next, the populace grew ever more apathetic. And when there were signs of rebellion, half the populace looked away, or sided against their own interests.
It was up to the Oracle to break this cycle. To break the system that had enslaved the people. So they had to act. They decided to. The Oracle had faith in the people to dig themselves out. They pursued a path of knowledge, teaching the populace a different way to live. The foundations of new forms of government were built, curiosity reigned, and people studied the world around them. What's more, people shared their knowledge. They didn't secret it away or censor it. They taught one another. This gave them more power through the sum of that knowledge. They decided to... They decided to start again, thanks to the gift of prescience. The Oracle and a select few decided to begin a new cycle, outside of the old. They believed Athena had become unsalvageable. That they had to instead create the world they wanted to live in. The Oxion civilization collapsed. After a few decades, all that was left were some musty books and ruins. The tyrant destroyed the rest, but the Oracle and their followers were safe. They found a corner of Athena to call home, a space where the tyrant's influence was weak. They created their own way of life and lived in peace.
Great! So, what? This Oracle and their cultists just left the rest to hang?
My thoughts precisely.
And they thought this tyrant would just let them be? Let me guess. That didn't happen?
But wait. Change is a long-term process, right? You told me that.
Sure.
So how do you enact long-term change if there's no one around to, actually change things? That dictator guy, long gone. Consigned to the history books. How many people here have even heard of him? What if that's because of the seeds the Oracle planted on their own terms?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. So go on then. Which aspiration are you going to choose? Who becomes the heart?
Know what to say. Thank you, I suppose. That's a huge vote of confidence. Misplaced, perhaps. But I could see that being a conclusion to the story. The Oracle, who became an aspiration. A melding of two worlds. And all that would mean.
It's gotta be bliss. I mean, surely. The embodiment of happiness in charge of, fate? Hard to see any other option beating that.
Oh, stop it. That's so nice. I'm almost never chosen to be the heart. Loads of oracles thought happiness was, I don't know, too easy? That there was some greater purpose for the heart? Beyond that the heart had to be serious or political. But that's not right, is it? All the tech and politics and systems and life. What's it about if not just being happy?
I've dedicated my whole life to the pursuit of truth. Historical truth, emotional truth, philosophical truth. So, I think you can see where my preferences lie here.
I would certainly be a valid choice. Many of your kind, like this young man, are naturally drawn to me. But this is often because they believe I know your kind better than you know yourselves. Regardless, in previous eras where I took the position of heart, learning increased. Knowledge flourished. So too did religion, the institutional search for the greater truth. Systemic institutions grew but the truth is nothing if not rigid, immovable, definite. Truth does not mean equality. It means serving a greater purpose.
Connection, empathy. Yeah. I think Bond would have been Grandpa's choice, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
It has been a long, long time since I was elected heart. Maybe because humans often associate kindness and understanding with weakness and frailty. But when I am placed at the center of Reverie, connections are made. Art, creativity, trade, all flourish. Eras under my guidance often see the growth of incredible civilizations. But often, these cultures would grow cruel and overwhelming. I will never get used to the duality of your kind.